you guys, I'm not here today for most of you, so my goal is to walk you through just the basics of everything that's going to be in a quiz, kind of by hand. I'm going to show you all the answers as soon as we're done and hopefully get through a ton of this. If not, I'm going to post some videos up and show you everything else. The very first thing that we studied was how to graph simple rational functions. From that, your second strand, based off of your just the information you have on all the strands that we're covering, the bits of knowledge, was to change a simple rational function into this form. All right, either A, H, and K, or B, H, and K, and then graph it. So this type of problem covers it all, graphing it and changing this form into graphing it. So if you walk through with me, and then I'm going to tell you a point to pause, you try to graph it, and then you can watch me graph it. Okay, so when you get something in this form and it asks you to change it, it asks you to rewrite it. What we're going to do is long division. So if you set up 3x minus 4 in this case, oops, broke it a little bit, divided by x minus 2, you ask yourself, how many times does x go into 3x? Well, that answer would be 3. You multiply through. 3 times x is 3x. 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. And we subtract, right? And obviously the x's cancel out, and negative 4 minus negative 6 is going to be a positive 2. And we're done, technically. We just have to rewrite this. So our answer up here, and let's write this as g of x. We're going to go through a couple rewrites here. Our answer is going to be 3. We add our remainder over our divisor. All right. So then g of x, I'm going to move that to the other side, equals 2 over x minus 2 plus 3. By now you've probably seen this in a few forms. I'm okay with a being up here. All right. You can move it off front if you want, but we can think of that as a. Yeah, obviously we got h and k, and this one has no b. Well, it has a b of 1 anyway, so let's write everything. Our a in this case would be 2. Our b would be 1. Our h would also be 2. And our k would be 3. Now do me a favor. Pause this video and you try to graph this. And I'm just going to stand here and talk for a little bit while you pause it, give you an opportunity to kind of hit that pause button. Take a couple minutes, should be a very quick graph, and then start me up again. I'm going to assume that you successfully paused this. And here we go. There's no negative a or b, so there's no reflections. Obviously a negative a being out here would reflect over x, b would be reflect over y, right? But I do see that there is a vertical stretch. I'm just going to write vs instead of compression with a factor of 2. Right? And it moves 2 right because of my h value right here, and 3 up. I'm going to graph that right here. 2 right, 3 up means I have a horizontal asymptote here and a vertical asymptote here. Let's list that right here real quick. Vertical asymptote would be this guy. That is x equals 2. Right? Horizontal asymptote would be this guy. And that's going to be y equals 3. And let's go ahead and do our domain. I'm going to do it in set notation. So I'm going to say, hey, my x's are everything but 2. Let's do the horizontal asymptote. Well, it goes all the way up to here and stops and then keeps going. So our y's, all right, our y's are everything except 3. And we'd be done. All right. I'm going to keep going and do this whole first page on one video. And if you could give this a shot, I will let you look at this and pause this. And that's, you guys could vote if you want after you pause whether you just want to watch it or try it on your own. I prefer you try it on since you're in groups anyway. And then come back and I'll do it. I'm going to wait like 5 seconds, but if you pause it, obviously it's as long as you need, and then I'll go. I'm going to assume you paused it and we're back. All right. So I'm going to look on here and I see that I've gone, oh, this is so tough to see. I'm going to assume that's 3 up, which it is. I can tell from this number right here. And I'm going to assume I'm 2 over. So if I have my A, B, H, and K, since I went 3 up for this horizontal asymptote, my k is 3. Since I went 2 right for the vertical asymptote, my h is 2. And I don't know a and b. All right. So I'm going to plug in a point to solve for that. So let's write everything. So I'm going to say g of x equals a, right, 1 over x minus h, which we know is 2. All right. Plus 3. And then let's find a point. Well, it looks like I have a point. Wow, I've got an x-intercept here. So I have a point that's known at negative 5, 0. So I'm going to go ahead and plug that point in. So my output is 0 equals a. All right. And I have 1 over my input's negative 5. And let's go put negative 5 minus 2 plus 3. Let's see what we get. I think we're getting a fractional a by the look at things. So if I subtract 3 from both sides, we can simplify down here as well. I got negative 3 equals a times 1 over negative 7. That's negative 5 minus 2. Then I multiply both sides by negative 7. I multiply this side by negative 7. It's not really fractional, right? Negative 7 times negative 3 is 21 equals a. And we're done. I'm going to plug that in for 21 right there. Wow, what an enormous vertical stretch this is. We're going to keep b at 1. And here we go. Let's write it. All right. We got 21 times 1 over x minus 2 plus 3, and we'll say that's g of x. All right, that's the basics. So there could be a couple of these that you have to graph. There's probably going to be at least 1 or 2 of these, and I'm going to pause for this video.